Is COD Zombies getting a little stale for you lately? Maybe you find yourself hopping onto a match and you just can't quite finish it. Not because you hate it, because in fact you're playing the game because you love zombies. Maybe you find yourself hopping onto a match and for whatever reason you just cannot be bothered to finish the match. You just can't. You want to quit the game. If it is, it's not just you. I get a little stale and burnt out of zombies as well, and I think anyone else watching the video, or if you asked anyone that's played zombies more than once, I'm sure they would all say that they have been burnt out too. They felt a little bored of the game. Eventually you're going to start to feel a little burnt out and you're going to want to do something to change that. So it's okay to throw your hands up in the air and say, okay, I'm a little bored of COD Zombies right now. With this video, I hope to give you some things to do to be able to spice up the zombies experience and keep the game feeling fresh whilst we have the dreaded wait from now all the way until the next tryout game, whenever that is going to be, probably late 2023, maybe 2024. You don't want to be in a horrible slump where you just don't want to play COD Zombies, and it's like that with any game. So here's some things I'm going to be putting onto the table here, and after watching this you might even come up with some of your own stuff. Oh man, it is like 30 degrees in the UK today, and that is absolutely foul. I am being cooked alive in this chair. Anyway, enough of my complaining, let's get into the video. The first thing's pretty simple, but it does require you having every Call of Duty with zombies in it, and this is to simply play every zombies map. And this goes beyond just Treyarch only maps, play all of them, and don't get me wrong, there are some stinkers out there, some really terrible maps, but there's also a lot of good ones too. An example that I can give you is Infinite Warfare. The zombies mode on that has a lot of controversy. It's not great, it's not the best. And no, it isn't developed by Treyarch, but the launch map that released with Infinite Warfare Zombies was so good, and in fact is one of my favourite maps ever. If you haven't played Zombies in Spaceland, then you need to. It is an S tier map, it is one of the best. It's a zombies map that feels very much alive. If I never would have played Infinite Warfare when it came out, I would have never played Zombies in Spaceland. I would have just wrote it off as some other zombies map that isn't worth my time because it's not by Treyarch. And if you haven't played any of the other Treyarch Zombies maps other than like Cold War or maybe Black Ops 4, then I think you're missing out. You gotta go play World at War, Black Ops 1, 2, Black Ops 3, and who knows, your new favourite Zombies map may be waiting for you. And you know what most Zombies maps have nowadays? A main Easter egg quest. I mean, think about it. You and the boys, you know, you squad up, hop on all the way back to World at War if you want to do it from the beginning, all the way back on the Reese, doing the Samantha hide and seek Easter egg. There's all of Black Ops 1's Easter eggs. Oh my god. Wow. There's all of Black Ops 2's Easter eggs. Enjoy playing Transit, by the way. And of course, Black Ops 3.
Lo siento muchísimo, no tengo tiempo para explicaciones. Tengo un universo que arreglar. Gracias.
And then you have Black Ops 4 with all of their Easter eggs, Cold War, and Vanguard if you really want to. Of course, here I'm talking about Terra Mala shit dick, so be careful when you do that one, it might suck out the last bit of fun you have for Vanguard. I will warn you for the Blood of the Dead one, I mean, it is convoluted. Make sure you're ready to do that one, it's a very long-winded, complicated type of Easter egg, and it really tests your patience. And that's not to put you off of doing the Easter egg, that's more just to give you a heads up as to what you're in for. It's a real challenge, but isn't that part of the fun of zombies? And I've not even got onto the stuff outside of Treyarch games. I mean, there's Infinite Warfare, Advanced Warfare, and Sledgehammer's World War II. Safe to say there's a lot for you to do in the Easter egg department, and that's just main Easter eggs. I can imagine it'd be quite the journey to go on, so relive the good times, make better times. There's something that a lot of people haven't done, so why not try and take on the challenge of completing every single main Easter egg quest in zombies? I mentioned doing every main Easter egg, so why not do every side Easter egg? Although granted they are shorter than main Easter egg quests, there's some very iconic and memorable Easter eggs in zombies. We have the Zetsubo no Shima hallucination Easter egg, any zombies jump scare, because there are a lot more jump scares than just the Mob of the Dead one. The coffin dance Easter egg in Cold War, I freaking loved that one. And Space Dog from Moon in Zombies Chronicles. And that's only scratching the surface of these wacky yet amazing side Easter eggs. In order to do Easter eggs, you're most likely gonna need a weapon. So on to the next thing, why not try and pack a punch every single weapon in whatever COD you're playing. Bonus points if you can do it all in one match. It includes every single weapon, every wonder weapon, every war weapon, every box weapon. Try and get everything upgraded. Like I said, if you do this in one match and you want to take up the challenge a bit more, then kudos to you. That is quite the achievement. You'll probably find that some guns that you thought sucked may actually be way better than you would have initially thought. out. It would essentially turn into some sort of zombies gun game. Maybe every 5 rounds you have to swap out the previously Pack-a-Punch weapon and try a different one. And plus, who wouldn't want to see most of the Pack-a-Punch camos? They look good. Maybe you've Pack-a-Punched every single gun, but now I propose a different challenge here. One which is the ultimate test of skill, time management, and map knowledge. I propose to you to spice up your matches of zombies, try speedrunning the Easter eggs. More specifically the Origins one, because that is one of the best Easter eggs ever, by the way. And when it comes to speedrunning, it is a completely different game. Now, I'm not saying you have to try and set a new world record or anything, but try and improve your own personal times. My solo Easter egg run of Origins took well over an hour, so play a map's Easter egg, get a time for it, and then keep trying to beat your personal time. I've always had the utmost respect for zombie speedrunners. Their brain is on a completely different level. You know the brain chart meme where it's like the expanding brain thing? Yeah, they are above that. Go watch some of the world record speedruns after this video, and I can guarantee that your mind is gonna just blow up. But also remember, that could be you. If you put in the time and the effort and get the juices in your brain flowing, then you can not only feel accomplished in doing something like that, but you could also get on the leaderboards, and the bragging rights, they're gonna be all yours. Speedrunning in anything is an absolute art form, so why not give it a go? Maybe you want a break from the fast-paced speedrunning life, and maybe you just want to experience zombies in a different way. Something a bit more chill. The best way to do that is good old Splitscreen. Bring a buddy over, order a pizza, and get on goddamn Splitscreen. It doesn't feel the same as playing online or playing solo, because you got one of the homies right next to you, and doing this completely changes the game that you're playing. Zombies is no exception here. I know Smash Bros is a really fun couch co-op game as well. It'll have similar energy to that. It's very chill, you can go on, goof around, and just take it easy. Speaking of chill things, I actually hear this is something that people enjoy doing when they play zombies. Again, another take it easy type of playstyle for zombies, but also it's hard work, if that makes sense. I'm talking about taking on the camo grind. You look at your camo challenges, you hop into a match, and then you try and do them. I feel like it depends on how you enjoy playing zombies, whether this is going to be a challenge for you, or if you're going to find it quite easy, or if you just won't be interested in doing it. I recommend doing the Cold War camo grind because that not only is probably the funnest one to do, but also feels very rewarding when you get the Plague Diamond camo or the Dark Ether camo, which I still haven't got yet. I've got Diamond on a few weapon types on Cold War, and I can safely say that the varied playstyle I got when it came to switching up the class of weapons that I'm using, it was a welcome change of pace, and now that I've been talking about it so much, it really makes me want to go and get the Dark Ether camo on Cold War. I can't lie to you, there's a lot of camos to get, but your reward at the very end of it is that ever majestic Dark Ether camo. If you do it on Cold War and you still want to do the camo grind, go on Black Ops 3, although there's not as much there, it's actually very easy to do. And then I would say the hardest is probably Vanguard. A lot of the weapons don't feel like they do enough damage, and so it feels very frustrating. Unless you like that kind of challenge and you want to get the mastery camo for that, in which case go for it. It'll definitely give you something to do. But if there's any you should focus on first, Cold War is the way to go. Now, it is busy work, but you can do it at your own pace, and no one is telling you what to do first and when to do it. Earlier, I mentioned doing the main Easter egg quests on every map. Now, certain COD games that have zombies do in fact contain something we like to call a super Easter egg. Not every COD Zombies game has them, but what they are essentially is just a big Easter egg that can only be done by completing all of the main Easter egg quests on all the maps in the game. Games that have super Easter eggs, there aren't many, but there is Cold War, which recently got one. Not everyone was too happy with it, but it gives you a cool little reward anyway. Although don't expect it to be anything revolutionary. We have Black Ops 3, which only gave you an RK5 to permanently start with, which is one of the starting war weapons. Not too bad. And then there's the Chad Infinite Warfare super Easter egg. If there's one thing that I think everyone in the zombies community can agree on, it's that the super Easter egg for Infinite Warfare hits so hard. Upon completing every main Easter egg on every map within the game, all of a sudden you have to fight Mephistopheles, and this guy is very clearly supposed to resemble Lee Ross, the main guy behind Infinite Warfare Zombies. He's like this big omnipotent being, and it's apparently one of the best boss fights in zombies you could ever experience. You also get an ending cutscene which seems to set up an Infinite Warfare Zombies 2, and then it never happened. You get some really good rewards from it as well, such as permanently having every perk and being able to play as Willard Wyler. You also get 25,000 points that are immediately given to you at the start of the game. All weapons in the magic wheel, which is basically the box, box are already first time Pack-a-Punched. The wonder weapons that are respective to the map can be found inside of the magic wheel as well. Pack-a-Punch is open, you get more XP when you complete an Easter egg in Director's Cut mode, and there's quite a few more, but they're just some real big standouts to me there. And if there's any super Easter egg that is worth doing, it's definitely this one, although I recommend just giving them all a go. The Infinite Warfare super Easter egg is a shining example of how you respect and reward players' efforts. Sometimes playing the game doesn't do zombies justice either. Why not sit back, relax, and watch the Exceptional Gamers video? I don't know how that one got in there. Anyway, let's move on. If there's one thing that is absolutely phenomenal in zombies and is probably one of my biggest reasons for enjoying it so much, is the lore, the story. It's all so good. That is, of course, if you look past the retcons, which I try my best to do every day. If you want an official way to read up and investigate and really dig through the zombie story, I would say go and read the timeline. But if you're wanting something in-game to actually do, the Easter eggs I mentioned earlier do give story, but also go radio hunting. Derice is the best place to start because that map tells its own little story that actually plays a big part into later maps in like Black Ops 1 and stuff, and shines a lot of context on Samantha, Fluffy, and Maxis, as well as Richtofen. It's pretty heartbreaking, and there's a lot of other maps that have their own stories via the radios. Shangri-La is also a really good one too. So if you're wanting something to do, go onto a map and go hunt for all the radios and fill up that brain with some zombies lore. Everything I've mentioned so far is all official Call of Duty stuff. You wanted a break from that. Maybe you've played all of the Treyarch maps, all of the Infinity Ward maps, and all of the Sledgehammer maps, and you're just looking for something new. Well, if you're on PC, and sadly this is a PC only thing, custom maps are the thing for you. Now, World at War and Black Ops 3 have access to the Steam Workshop, where you can get a huge, and I mean huge, variety of really good maps, and also some really bad ones, and a ton of mods overall. But custom maps are so fun, and I have sank hours into them. I go way more in depth on this on a custom map video. I'll put it in an iCard if you want to watch it, and I've also put some custom map videos on my channel, and they were a blast to play and create. My point is, it feels like you're just never going to run out of custom maps right now. You can go play one in World at War, and then it might have been remade by the map dev in BO3, and it's just a really cool feeling to see. And there's some maps that are so good that they feel like they are Treyarch maps, and I am not being hyperbolic there, I'm not over exaggerating. It just goes to show how much love the community put in zombies, and with custom maps and the Steam Workshop as a whole, there's always something new you can experience. Some maps even have their own Easter egg, like a full Easter egg, and that is never not going to be fascinating to me. Some that I can recommend to you here are Cheese Cube Unlimited, Das Herrenhaus, Octagonal Ascension if you really want to torture yourself, Leviathan, and Evil Christmas. There's some mind-blowing stuff out there, and hundreds of maps just waiting to be played. But going back to the official zombie stuff, if you're a prestige kind of guy, say if you play multiplayer, and you love leveling up and prestiging in that, you could try and prestige master in zombies. I believe the only games you can do this on are Black Ops 3 and Cold War. I could be wrong there, but I know that for sure you can do it in Black Ops 3. That's because I'm a prestige master myself. It's quite the badge to wear to say that you've prestige mastered in zombies, and it's probably not as frustrating as multiplayer, so it's a win-win. Why not start leveling up in BO3 zombies today and try and get master prestige? Although it will take some time. This is a really simple one, but when you do it, you find that it does change the feel of the game a lot. If you have one go-to perk and weapon setup in your game of zombies, why not switch it up? I remember in Black Ops 3, I took out Speed Cola from my perk setup, and it changed the way I played the game. It made me think about what guns I'm using and if I had the fast mags attachments on them, and so I ended up going for the Drakon, which is that really OP sniper rifle, and then I would have Jug, Quick Revive, Stamina Up, and Double Tap. It's only a very small change, but by swapping out a perk and a weapon for something else, it really did make a difference for me and switch things up. And if you're looking to switch things up, try other challenges. I've already said a few here. Speedrunning is a challenge in and of itself. There's Pack-a-Punching all of the guns, that is a challenge. Whenever I think of zombies challenges, one comes to mind straight away, and that is the really fun yet infinitely difficult Rainbow Perk Challenge. You basically have to get perks in a certain order of colour, and this sets in stone the order of which perks you can get, and really tests your skills of knowing how to get more than 4 perks in a map, and being able to last without certain perks you would use. Now, I know the best map to do this in is Origins. There's the 2-box challenge where you're only allowed to spin the box twice, twice to get 2 weapons, and then that's it for the rest of the game. War weapons only, melee only, grenades only, and the list goes on. These are also additionally fun if you're with friends. Maybe you can get some competitive zombies games going, such as Last Man Standing. Whoever is the last one alive wins. Try and bring hordes of zombies over to your friends whilst they're training. Make their life difficult. And if you have enough people, go on Grief or Turned on Black Ops 2. They're dedicated party games, which from when I remember playing them, they were a blast. And they were so funny, and you could get your friends really mad doing it. Challenges help keep zombies fresh for as long as you can do them for. The limit is your imagination with this, and that's why I think they're one of the most effective things on this list. Now, this is a very big challenge, one which doesn't feel too rewarding because of what the reward is, but also I feel like having every single one of them would be pretty dope to flex on people with. This challenge is to unlock all of the calling cards. Yeah, you heard me. Every single zombies related calling card, try and unlock it. The same goes with emblems as well, and for Cold War you actually have to do the super Easter egg to get the additional emblems, so that just makes it even harder. I'm overwhelmed thinking about all of the calling cards in zombies. I mean, there's Black Ops 3, there's Infinite Warfare, and like there's so many zombies games that have calling cards, and there's probably hundreds of them. So if you're brave enough to take on that challenge, then I wish you the best of luck, soldier. Are the calling cards really gonna be worth it? No, of course they're not gonna be. They're calling cards. But is the fulfillment gonna be worth it? Probably, yeah. And for the last thing that is probably the most effective, if we're being honest, to be able to keep zombies feeling fresh and not get burnt out with it, is to simply take breaks and play other games. Yes, I said it. The way to not get burnt out with something is to not keep doing it for so long. And there's been some really banging games coming out lately. We have the Spider-Man PS5 remaster that came out on Steam on PC, and although I already played it on PS5 and PS4, I'm playing it again on PC. It's probably one of my top 10 games of all time actually, because it's really good, so I'm gonna recommend Spider-Man. Really fun game. I've also been playing Multiverses, which you might know as the Smash Bros clone, but with Warner Brothers characters in it. You can have some pretty casual fun on this, or be a complete sweat. You already know that I am the best Arya Stark main in the world. Okay, that's a joke, I'm really not that good. But regardless, I think you're gonna have fun on that game. It's free to play, so you're not gonna be losing any money. I can safely vouch for the game because I think it's really good. And if there's any kind of videos like that you want me to do, maybe Multiverses, Apex, bring out Minecraft again, if there's anything like that you want to see on the channel, please let me know. I would love to do something like that. I've also been playing Slay the Spire 2, that's a really fun game as well. It's a card deck building roguelike game, and it is as fun as it is punishing. And if you like roguelikes, then play Hades, one of my favourite games ever as well. It'll give you a run for your money. There's absolutely nothing wrong with playing other games and doing other things, and after a bit of time's passed, you'll play some zombies again, and it's gonna feel really refreshing and just overall better, because you'll feel recharged and ready to play again. And they are 15 things that you can do when you're bored in COD Zombies. If you want a part 2 of this, let me know, because I'm sure there are hundreds of things you can do to bring you that fresh feeling of zombies again. And like I said, if you want any videos from me about Multiverses or Apex or Minecraft or something like that, I'll be happy to do them. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But anyways, I'm gonna leave this video here today. I hope this list was good and it keeps zombies feeling refreshing for you, because there's nothing worse than feeling burnt out on something that you really love. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button, comment how you keep zombies fun for yourself, and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Turn on the notification bell too to stay notified whenever I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.